Hi everyone, we're going to be doing a vacuum video, and the vacuum that we're going to be doing today is the Panasonic Jet Flo 9440. So, behold, top of the line, beautiful condition, one of the very first canisters to have an electronic touch control for the suction at your fingertips. Panasonic had made another series of these machines before. In fact, one of my previous models was very similar to this, but blue. The power head, the curves were a little bit softer. They weren't quite so, edgy. I mean, they still had the shutoff for the power brush. And instead of having the electronic control bar here, there were push buttons on the former top of the line. These were replaced. I'm going to say 1986. 1986 sticks out as the correct year that this lineup of machines in this color scheme debuted. Now, as you can see, my canister body needs to be retro-brighted like no other. It's pretty compared to the power head. But some of the finer features of the 9440 are bag check indicator. Operates pretty much like any bag indicator does. The suction in the tank builds up, the little lever slips over, ding, bag's full. This here, the bag full alarm. Truth be told, it's pretty noisy. I don't know if it's like a wet your bed noise, but it's not a pleasant sound when the sound comes out. You can, of course, shut it off. I usually leave it that way, but once in a while for fun, I'll leave it over. So we're going to slide this down here. Panasonic was really ahead of its time, and it's sad that we're just learning that they are no longer going to be making vacuum cleaners. Electronic power indicator. So that'll show up in just a few minutes when we plug it in. In the back here, nested tools, well before it was super popular to do so. I do have the bare floor brush, but it's missing an action, boss. And Panasonic was so cool, they even gave you this little sticker up here for the simple folk, showing you this is where to put in your attachments. And of course, full width. Of course, it's in the dark, so full width exhaust. On the bottom, there is a hose for a blower, or excuse me, since I don't know about vacuums at all, this is the exhaust port for your hose, so you can turn your vacuum into a blower. There, now we've made it. Okay, so I'm sure none of you want to hear me talk much more, so I'm just going to plug this in. Well, too bad you're going to hear me talk. So we got it plugged in, and so when you first turn it on, it gives you full power head. These have amazing power heads, but now I'm going to show you. Get both of these in the frame here. So to turn this down, now notice it made the power head slow down. I'm not quite sure how they have this thing wired up. I've never had it apart. But essentially that's how you make it go up and down. You cannot turn the entire machine off like later versions did. You could just take it down to low suction with power head, but we're not going to do that. Let's kick this back up here. There we go. And super happy vacuum marks. This power head really is kind of awesome. As most Panasonics, this is a very, very quiet machine. About the only real noise that is made by this machine is the power head. So, again, on the bottom, not much to look at. There is the vacuum cleaner model number ModelC-9440 by Panasonic, Matsushita Electric Industrial Company, so it's made in Japan. 9.8 amps. I gotta say, for 9.8 amps, this thing really kind of beats the starch out of a lot of its competitors of the time. I would even dare say it cleaned better than Kenmore. Some of the Eurekas, if not all, certainly even Hoovers. I mean, the airflow on this thing pulls about 90, and, you know, you add in this tremendous power head, and I can see why these were so popular. So, anyway, there you have it. The Panasonic Electronic Jet Flo canister for $19.86.